This project, when it hit our pipeline, it was something we were very excited about, but it was really a stretch when we first heard about it.
This is not your run-of-the-mill affordable housing project that's being done. We at the HIT looked at one another and said, this is not going to be easy.
You know, Welch is really a cornerstone in West Virginia.
I've seen pictures of this town when it was in its heyday, and the streets were full of people.
You could walk down the streets of Welch. You could hear Greek, Irish, Spanish, you name it, all those tongues were spoken in Welch. It was a true melting pot.
And unfortunately, that all changed when the natural resources changed.
In the 50s and the 60s, coal was king.
Coal from this community has provided electricity across this country.
And as the coal companies pulled out, the towns were abandoned. And that is what has happened in so many rural communities where the one business leaves. Then the main street gets abandoned, then the cycle of despair happens.
And so we had to come up with a creative way to solve that problem. In order to reconnect, to reestablish, to re-involve, to reinvent McDowell County, we need a catalyst.
We got involved at the time because all of this abandonment of industry and of coal impacted the schools.
Out of that was born Reconnecting McDowell, and we realized early on that before you can really address what goes on in school, you have to start addressing what goes on in the community.
And that was the beginning of the solution. That we had to establish the community that could support and provide the resources for the children and families. And that meant social issues, nutrition, safe places for children to be.
We were able to do some things with the highways and the roads, water systems. We had a homeownership program going on.
Connecting the community. This is one of the few rural areas that have real broadband.
All of the things that build a culture for a thriving community. So things were working, and yet the critical factor at the bottom of this kept being the teachers.
There's not many places to live in downtown Welch right now, so if you're teaching here, you're probably driving 45 minutes to an hour to get here.
So you spend all that time on the road, you don't have enough time to keep the students engaged and to keep yourself as a teacher involved and engaged.
And we lose them because they can't put down roots here.
And thank God AFT came up and said, we're going to build something, and we're going to call it Renaissance Village.
Today starts the journey, Gail, of one of our bigger dreams that you had.
We realized that if we actually built something in the town,
ceremonial demolition,
it gives people an opportunity to build community in where they're teaching.
It's easy to say you're going to build a building, but when you start putting pencil to paper and realize it turns into a $9 million project, then you have to be really honest with yourself and say, can we make it happen?
It really became HIT, the Housing Investment Trust, that helped us put it together.
What we do is we identify projects that will have a lasting impact in an underserved community. The Housing Investment Trust specifically invests union pension capital to create valuable union construction jobs and to help create affordable housing.
AFT President Randy Weingarten approached us about how we could be helpful in the development of Renaissance Village.
I really didn't have any issues or concerns once I got the assurance from President Weingarten that this was going to be an all-union project.
The key way in which we're able to participate was through our subsidiary, Building America.
We were thrilled to provide new market tax credits to this project to help fill those financing gaps to get it through the finish line so it could be constructed and built.
As that idea grew and we broke ground, I think was the first time that the people of McDowell County knew that we were here for the long haul.
When the union comes in, lends its resources to an effort like Renaissance Village, we're there to stay.
This new village, right in the middle of town, is a turning point for Welch, for McDowell County.
When people began to see Renaissance Village spring up from the ground, it represented hope.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart as a West Virginian.
It represented another chance for small town America.
And so now Renaissance Village is built.
And this is the first multiple story building in McDowell, built in 50 years.
A lot of other people around the country have taken notice of what's going on in McDowell.
The AFL-CIO, working with the Housing Investment Trust, unions like the AFT, can work together to revitalize a town that has lost hope.
The fact that unions can put together a project designed to help the entire community by investing in their children, I think it's a story that would resonate, year after year, town after town. So much credit goes to the AFT as well as the entire labor community in West Virginia.
And so it is part of a dream come true for all of us that are involved.
The people in McDowell deserve it. The kids need it. And I'm so grateful that over these 10 years, we have been able to show a path to how to have a renaissance in rural America.
And we're going to get better, we're going to get stronger, we're going to do some wonderful things, and we're going to be a shining light for America.